Wow, Manny. Wow, Manny. Congratulations. Manny Mua is going to get fucking friend of the fucking year for this. The other thing we're going to talk about that I saw Peter Monns point out, that the one thing the woman I talked to on the phone really pushed home, and what she's concerned about, is that a lot of these influencers that are big are buying views. And she was saying too, like, I guess they sponsored this, like, this influencer once through, like, the company that she's doing the advertising for, and it was a bigger influencer. It was a bigger influencer. And they realized they didn't get a lot of things translating back over, like, return on investment. They didn't, like, sell, like, the code, you know, it didn't really work. And she said when they went back into this person's analytics, they started to see some discrepancies with, like, the amount of comments they get, what type of comment. Here for the tea dies. And you're like, well, time to get another drama channel on the payroll. Spill Sesh. Let's do the face reveal I was supposed to do with my dead friend. That's you, Manny Mua. That is fucking you, Manny. You're the person who replaces your dead friend like that because you need a drama channel in your pocket. And so she says, this is a problem that we're starting to realize as advertisers and bigger companies, that these bigger YouTubers and influencers are, they're botting their videos that are sponsored. You're lying to someone for money. That's like fraud. That's fraud. That's business fraud. That's what we're talking about. That's where this conversation went on the phone, was to business fraud. Like, I'm watching Peter and I'm like, are you kidding me? You literally replaced Sam, here for the tea, with Spill Sesh. Like, Sam was just a vector. Like, she wasn't a real person. She was a human being, Manny. A human being with feelings.
All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Bitches.
I think it's worth it. I feel like if you're a smart shopper, I want to say like me, but if you're a smart shopper, you can definitely find something of this quality at your local rock.
Hi, welcome. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So I'm doing some research. Where have I been? Ugh. Allergies, depression, disappointment, life shit, whatever. Yeah, so I've just been kind of taking a break, getting on top of everything, trying to get my shit together with my depression and whatnot. So I know I look like crap today, but let's fix that real quick. I got my David Dobrik fuckboy hat on today. So you saw what I was doing, right? I'm thinking I'm going to be starting a new YouTube channel. Well, I think I already have it, because I went through, because, you know, when YouTube did the whole app thing, and it's like, it's unique to you, so I went and made sure I got a lot of Desert Mermaid blank channels, so that I could, it's like copyright. So, God, can you hear my voice from allergies? It's gotten bad again. Can't stand it. So I'm thinking of doing a reaction channel, because my Patrick's friend that does the advertising shit, he actually DM'd Patrick again, and we got on a conference call with him, and like this other lady, I don't know who the fuck she was, but we got on a conference call because they had lunch, and he had watched my video to see what I was gonna say about him. He's funny. And he was like, what you were saying is right, is that we have a hard time on this side. Like, the influencer, they say, like, we're on this side, and the influencers are on that side, right? And then, like, we're somewhere over here trying to get the... Anyway, so, them trying to get us as customers, right? Because he says the whole goal is just keep remembering, we're trying to get followers, subscribers, whatever you are as a user of these influencers, however you're consuming their content, we're trying to get you to translate to a customer for us. And we're hoping to do that by connecting with someone, and because this person knows their audience, they should know the best way how to sell shit to their audience type deal, right? He was saying how that they have a really hard time quantifying their return on investment, their ROI. It was so funny. The girl kept saying, like, ROI. I can't tell you her name, but she kept saying ROI, and Patrick had to go, return on investment. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what that acronym is. I was like, what is he talking about? And he's like, oh, return on investment, Keisha. Get it together. So he was saying that they can't get, like, quantify, like, he was saying that, like, they like working with YouTube a lot because YouTube is always trying to quantify what, like, show them analytics. You know how, like, when you're a YouTube creator and you can go into your studio and you can see your analytics, and you know how I can see when Alicia and Remy are watching my videos because I get so little views, and it'll tell me, oh, you got free views Chromecasted in LA, but it's a specific type of LA, area of LA where all the influencers live. So he was saying that they like working with YouTube, and it's basically Google. He kept saying Google, but I'm like, don't you mean YouTube? And he's like, no, we like working. He goes, Google is YouTube. It's the same shit. But we like working with them because they try to help us get analytics and data so that we can see them, if the money that we're, you know, spending on advertising on their platform is actually working for us. He was saying, though, the problem comes is that when you do sponsorships, or like these podcasts will have like these sponsorships and stuff, or yeah, like sponsored content, like Remy did Casetify today on her vlog, and he says they'll get sales, but when it comes to certain things, they know that they can't always see everything translate, because they said they're not just trying to get people to use that code or whatever, and that's usually how they're like, we can kind of tell how many customers we got based off of the code we gave out, but we're also doing this to get, like, brand recognition, like, so when these people think about, like, I gotta go buy a dress, that they go, Macy's. Oh yeah, Macy's. Because you've been watching Pretty Basic, and so it just, so they're trying to, when you advertise, you're not just going for, like, I'm trying to sell, you know, I'm not just trying to get people to the Macy's blank sale, right? And use code Pretty Basic to save another 20% off or some shit, right? Oh, my voice. So, he was just saying that, like, they can see sometimes when they have codes and crap, but, like, it's harder when they're, like, doing, like, PR or sponsorships, like when they send out PR. And like, I saw Remy did that burn cake thing, and it was sent by Biore, and I'm like, that's cool. What product are they trying to sell you, what product are they trying to get you to sell to your subscribers today, Remy? And she didn't really even, she just showed the top of the cake burning. She didn't show what was underneath it or nothing. It was like whatever money Biore just spent on that cake, sending it to Remy, was a waste. Because I didn't see anything having to do with the product. She didn't talk about the product. It was just, thanks, Biore, for sending me a cake. Like, it's a friend who's just sending her free shit. Because she's a special snowflake. That shit does not translate to customers for advertisers or companies. The other thing too is like he was talking about these influencer trips and how a lot of companies or people that he knows that works in companies that do that kind of thing, they're losing a fuck ton of money on influencer marketing because they're just chucking it because that was what was popular. And now they're like, he's like, some of these companies might not make it the next 10 years because of what they did with the influencing marketing, and they thought it was like the hot new thing. And like he says, like in advertising they'll get like trends and shit like this, and people will be stupid and think, oh my god, I gotta get on this, I gotta get on this. And there was all this money being thrown, but nobody was actually sitting around to see if this money being invested for advertising was actually translating back out into customers. And so that's why you get stores like Macy's that are dead. So I'm gonna start a reaction channel. We're gonna start reacting to shit. It's gonna be more like along the lines of business and stuff, influencer business stuff, influencer practices. I don't know why, but YouTube etiquette. There's like an etiquette to being online and how you treat your subscribers and stuff and how you treat people, and a lot of these people don't. The other thing we're going to talk about that I saw Peter Monns point out, that the one thing the woman I talked to on the phone really pushed home, and what she's concerned about is that a lot of these influencers that are big are buying views. And he says, he was saying that like sometimes that like he can tell, but there's nothing, you know. And she was saying too, like, I guess they sponsored this like this influencer once through like the company that she's doing the advertising for, and it was a bigger influencer. It was a bigger influencer, and they realized they didn't get a lot of things translating back over, like return on investment. They didn't like sell like the code, you know, it didn't really work. And she said when they went back into this person's analytics, they started to see some discrepancies with like the amount of comments they get, what type of comments. Like, this is where I learned from him the whole, like, you know, where they drop the comments and it's like, oh, if you made it this far, do a sunglass, you know, this the sunglass emoji or whatever the fuck, right? That can be botted. Yeah, so she said like they went through the comments and the views and the comments just didn't add up, and a lot of the comments were just like, oh my god, Illy, oh my god, this video, oh, you're on top of your game or whatever. And they weren't. And then they were also really disappointed. She said she was really disappointed that a lot of times when they do sponsor these influencers, she really hates that they don't interact with their subscribers, because she says like sometimes she'll catch up with some of them later at like events and shit and try to talk to them, and they really can't tell them anything about their subscribers other than they're just so grateful for their platform and the money that they made. And so she says it's like, this is a problem that we're starting to realize as advertisers and bigger companies, that these bigger YouTubers and influencers are, they're botting their videos that are sponsored. You're lying to someone for money. That's like fraud. That's fraud. That's business fraud. That's what we're talking about. That's where this conversation went on the phone, was to business fraud. And how there's a lot of business fraud in the influencer space, so that they can get sponsors from sponsorship or money or just free money from these companies, and these companies are getting fucked over and losing money and going bankrupt because they're dumping all this money into influencers who don't have a real following. It's all smoke and mirrors. That's the main gist. So we're going to start unpacking that on a new channel. So we're going to get my voice back in line, but I was just going through things. I thought we could start going through what happened with Parallel Apparel, since it's been a few years. We can take a look back on that, because I remember Alicia said she thinks she got scammed, or she got scammed or something, and I don't know. We're just gonna look back on that. We're gonna start watching lifestyle YouTubers who do sponsored content, and we're gonna have a discussion. Is this really translating into customers for advertisers? Because remember, the main goal is to get subscribers to become customers and help. The one lady was really disappointed because she felt like this influencer market was a really good way to get products in a more personal way to people, so they would understand this product better and the attention behind it, because they have someone that they relate to explaining it to them. But they don't have any of these influencers doing it. They just act like it's Christmas. We're going to start watching PR unboxings. Tottie's got a fuck ton of PR unboxings. So we're going to start watching PR unboxings. We're going to start watching sponsored content. We're going to start watching to see what... So we're going to start like with the lifestyle. Because like I feel like the communities in YouTube, they always kind of branch out and touch other communities. So we're going to start with like lifestyle with Alicia and Remy. And we're going to go through Basically Unfiltered as well, because they had a business mishap and they get sponsors. We are, yeah, we're going to touch on beauty. We're going to start looking at some of these people's, who they choose to align themselves with, because that was something I brought up that these two did not know on the phone call I had. They did not know about James Charles, and they did not know about how all these people just sit there and excuse it away, like Manny, who's just like, well, if you didn't really know, and the lady's like, I don't need to know, I have children. This is what she told me. She goes, I remember Peter said that whole line about how he talked to Manny on the phone, and that Manny said, well, if you knew James behind the scenes, you would think differently. And when I told this lady the story, she goes, I have children, I don't need to think differently. That's gonna be a... She's like, no, I don't need to think different. I don't need to think differently about a PDF file. Like, it was a moment on the phone, so... Yeah. So, and then tonight I have, I went last week, and I'm going this week, but like a meetup group, like, it's like a support group and stuff, and it's been, I need it this week. I need it this week, because this weekend was not good for me. You know I don't deal well with disappointment, but there was something I thought was going to work out for me that just got pulled out from me underneath me at the last minute, and it was like, seriously, again? And then Patrick's like, well, Patrick helped me, so like, part of the day, yesterday, I just like cried all day, and then Patrick helped me, like, he's like, remember, you don't need this thing. There's other things, there's people who are asking you to do these, asking you for advice, because they don't understand the influencer market, and they have master's degrees. They have MBAs. They work for Fortune 500 companies, Keisha, and they want you to help them figure out why they're losing so much money with their businesses, because they don't understand the whole subscriber, YouTuber, influencer, follower relationship and how that quantifies over. They don't know that it's support a predator, like, that they do all this shitty shit, you know, like, sucking D on park benches. I still can't get over how dumb that was. I get their new, basically unsponsored new, you know, like, what was it, sexual dysfunction sponsorship? I don't know, guys, but we're going to be going through all this. I also wanted to touch on, now I watch Girl World, Alexandra Rodriguez. I don't want to talk about her weight because I've never had weight loss surgery. And yes, I've dealt with having my struggle of losing weight because I have high prolactin levels that make it actually difficult for me to lose weight. I'm actually one of those people that had something working against me and I wasn't eating anything and gaining weight still. And that was because my prolactin levels are so high. I'm trying to, hopefully because I got those in check with the cabergoline, I'm slowly getting there. Diet Coke. I also like food for comfort, so I don't really want to touch on that because I feel like when you go for people's weight or health online, it gets lost in what you're really trying to go for, and that's their character and how they treat their subscribers and people online. Alexandra Rodriguez is someone that Remy shouted out on Pretty Basic years ago after Alex broke up with her. She was engaged and then they broke up right before she got with the new guy, Yarman, and then she's pregnant with the baby. But so I remember Remy shouting her out. So I feel like she's adjacent. Now, this is someone who does weirdo sponsorships, who's influencer hopped. She was friends with Loey. Used her for clout. Someone who also supports who brings her PDF file father online. Who tried to write a letter to get him out of prison early. Who, when he did get out of prison, then contacted the victim that he wasn't supposed to and ended up on probation for like another 10 years or some shit. He can't leave Florida. But she supports her father and brings him online and is going to take her new baby to see a pedo. She also throws away her PR sometimes on accident and blames it on pregnancy brain when this is your job. So I feel like she kind of fits in with that mold as well. Who else did I want to Manny and Laura. We're going to be going over to Folks coverage as well. We're going to be stopping by over there. Get ready, Manny. It's not going to be good for you guys. Who else are we going to be touching on? Probably David Dobrik, because, you know, he's just an easy target for me. Who else do we want to talk about? James Charles. We're going to definitely be talking a lot about James Charles. A lot. That was a sad part of the conversation I had on the phone. That was sad. But yeah, it still makes me sad about the whole James Charles thing, that after fucking everything, I was the only one who turned him in. Out of millions of people. I was the only one who contacted the LAPD and asked what can be done about this. Nobody else did. Everybody else just made videos and collected AdSense. Everybody else just... I don't know, I can't even... It's just disgusting to me to think about how people just ran to the internet, made videos, and sat around and was like, it's too bad, we can't do anything. I've never made any money off of YouTube. Any money. Everything I've ever done is because I wanted to do it, or had a passion for it, or felt like it was the right thing to fucking do. I didn't even get a thank you. I didn't even get a thank you from anybody saying thanks for trying to get this asshole off of our platform and protect our children. Here, Philip. Oh, he's waking up, so. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to trying to find some shit on here to react to. It's gonna be good.
You know, he talks to you on the phone every day, blah, 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 whatever, and they finally made up and they were friends again. That's why it's interesting to me that Manny so quickly jumps into a drama video with Spill Sesh, because back then he was so concerned.
Wow, Manny. Wow, Manny. Holy shit, Manny. Replacing your dead friend. Wow, Manny. Wow, Manny. Congratulations. Manny Mua is going to get fucking friend of the fucking year for this. T, here for the tea, dies. And you're like, well, time to get another drama channel on the payroll. Spill Sesh. Let's do the face reveal I was supposed to do with my dead friend. That's you, Manny Mua. That is fucking you, Manny. You're the person who replaces your dead friend like that because you need a drama channel in your pocket. Like, it's old Hollywood in the 50s, you know, and they used to have a journalist in their pocket or some bullshit like that, you know? You're not Kim Kardashian calling up the Paps to come and photograph you at the airport, Manny. You're Manny Mua. You're a fucking YouTuber. You're not Cher. You're not Elton John. What are you doing using people like that? That is the most disgusting shit I have heard in a minute. Other than the James Charles is, as soon as your dead friend, we're going to get in a podcast and me and Laura are going to look all sad and be like, oh, we're so sad here for the tears. She passed away. Oh, we lost our friend. We're so sad. And the next thing you know, it's, here's the face reveal I was supposed to do with my dead friend. Doesn't matter. I replaced her. Spill Sesh, you're the new here for the tea. Do you know how fucking gross that is, Manny? You are a sick motherfucker, Manny. To roll up onto YouTube and be like, yep, this friend's dead, so I'm just going to replace them with a new one. And guess what? This one actually listens to me and is a mindless dumb fuck. Other than Here for the Tea, like, a lot of people had problems with Here for the Tea, but at least she spoke her own fucking mind and had her own fucking opinions. Other than you, Manny, who supports a predator and can't do the right thing. I come from a Hispanic background, too. My family would ring me if I was supporting a pedophile. They would get me together and sit me down and go, what are you doing? I could see your father, Manny, I could see your father being that kind of person, sitting you down and going, what the fuck are you doing, Manny? That you are replacing your dead friend because you're more worried about having a drama channel in your pocket. You just replace your dead friend. You're supporting a fucking pedophile. What are you doing? This is not indicative of family values, which the Hispanic culture, I feel like, has a lot of family values, and we take care of each other, and we do the right thing. You don't do that. You suck at it, Manny. All you do is take our culture and use it and make us look bad by saying there's a lot of homophobia still in the Mexican Hispanic community. Fuck you, Manny. I have lots of gay family members in my family, and we all support them and love them. It was never a problem. I had a gay uncle who, he was always out. And he was actually killed in the 80s. He was shot in front of a fucking bar. They never found his murderer. Fuck you, Manny. Fuck you for shitting on your culture, for shitting on your family, for shitting on your dead friend Here for the Tea, Sam. For using Spill Sesh and making her look bad. Let's be real. We all look at her shitty. Which she's an adult woman too, but yeah. And then you also roll up here The first time you went to Stagecoach, I remember you. I'm so worried I'm gay and how much homophobia in the country. Fuck you, Manny. Back in the day before your influencer friends ruined Stagecoach, right after they ruined Coachella, most of the people that went to Stagecoach were locals, Manny. Oh, there's my mom. She's cooking. She's barbecuing chicken. But Manny, most of the people who went to Stagecoach were from Indio, from Palm Desert, from Palm Springs, Rancho Mirage, La Quinta, Coachella, actual Coachella, the city. Locals. So fuck you, Manny, for doing this. Fuck you for replacing your dead friend because you need fucking clout. Fuck you for supporting a predator. Fuck you for shitting on your subscribers of all people and exposing them this crap. Fuck you for shitting on my culture. Clearly it's not. I don't feel like it's yours when you're just using it like that. Just fuck you, Manny. Fuck you, and fuck you too, Laura. And I wanted to like you, Laura, because you took in your niece and stuff. I want to like Laura Lee and Manny, but they don't help themselves. Yeah. I had to do that, but I was just like, I'm watching Peter and I'm like, are you kidding me? You literally replaced Sam here for the tea with Spill Sesh. Like, Sam was just a vector. Like, she wasn't a real person. She was a human being, Manny. A human being with feelings. And you just replaced her like she was nothing. Like she was a fucking lipstick that, oh, this lipstick is expired. I'm just gonna toss it. That's what you did when Here for the Tea died. It was just like, Spill Sesh, get up in here. This is my lighter, Spill Sesh, but that is some crap. That is the grossest thing ever. To act like somebody was just something to be used, and then you just replace them with someone else like that. Disgusting. So yeah, I'm hanging out. Allergies and shit. Mom's barbecuing chicken. My mom is making this cottage cheese flatbread thing. It burnt. Oh. But I bet it's good still. So it's like cottage cheese, egg.
That's it?
And that's it, and you can flavor it. That would be good as pizza crust.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. So it's carbless, protein. You could even put a little cheese on this, yeah. It'd be good. Yeah. Can you hear me? We're home. My mom's asleep, so I'm being quiet. So we're home. Had a good evening. It's nice to have people to talk to who get it, if you know what I mean. So I just wanted to update the vlog so I'm not like waking up in the morning and I'm like, hey guys, I'm here. I didn't vlog last night because life. So I didn't finish Peter Monns' video about Manny, but I'm going to right now. But I just wanted to check in after we met up with the friends and stuff, or met up with our friends. We went to the grocery store and got some stuff. We got more cottage cheese so I could make more of that cottage cheese thing because I thought it was really good. I think I like it because it's got like that burnt cheese taste to it because it's cottage cheese. And so I'm gonna try and make like a pizza with that tomorrow or something because I think also too, like that cottage cheese thing. I think it would be a lot easier than like, well, like, okay, like frozen pizza, like my Jody Arias pizza, like, that's easy to just pop in, right? But it's not the same as like fresh pizza dough. Oh, my battery's gonna die. I'll just keep talking till it dies, but yeah, it's like, it's so good. So yeah, we're gonna do that tomorrow. So I'm gonna go right now before this dies, because it's flashing at me like SOS. It's like, I'm dying. Do something, do something, do something. And I'm like, we'll just let it run.
Little story at Coachella. I'm not gonna like specifically say what or who, but let's just say I saw somebody who owns a brand of a product that I love, that I use every single day, and I was drunk, and in my drunk mind I was like, oh, this is gonna be amazing. I know who you're talking about. I'm about to change the world right now. And so I like went up to them and I had the product with me, a little touch up on the go, and I like walk up to this person and I'm like, excuse me, literally never met this person. It was weird for me to do, but I was it wasn't. If I was an owner of a brand and someone loved my product, I would like to hear, oh my, if we see anyone even in our merch, we're like, oh my
right,
God.
but
you know what,
when someone's at Coachella like, doing their thing,
excuse me, and they turn around, I'm like, I just want to let you know, and I had the product with me. This changed my life. And they were nice, but they like weren't as nice as I was expecting.
I would say they were neutral. Like they
Exactly.
definitely were like,
I think I felt like I bothered them, but
yeah.
I was
you
like,
probably
maybe
were.
I shouldn't have done this. But they were just like, thank you. What shade? And I said the shade, and then they were like, I was like, truly, like, you changed my life with this product, and they're like,
what?
Thank you. And I was like, oh,
it was giving like,
aww.
What? So I'm sitting here, smoking. I'm here, sort of, so. This person, Remy, is probably, I think she's talking about Kim Chi, who owns Kim Chi Makeup. Kim Chi was probably like, fuck, another influencer colleague coming up to me, telling me they love my brand, hoping to get free PR or sponsors or some bullshit. That's probably what that was about, because it does sound disingenuous, because you guys don't articulate about the product. You just say it changed my life. Damn it. This lighting's changing my life. You just say that this changed my life. I'm obsessed. You don't say the why. Why do I like this product? Why does it work for me? But we can tell. You're talking about kimchi here. You're talking about kimchi. And more than likely, allegedly, for entertainment purposes, but you're probably talking about kimchi. You went up to kimchi drunk at Coachella the first weekend with all the, you know, influencers there. Let's be real, no one's really there that first weekend to like enjoy. It's all advertising and stuff. That's why they have a second weekend. Because the first one's for like advertisers, marketing, the influencer thing. It's not for you guys influencers to have an Olympics to dress up and feel like special snowflakes. It's became a marketing tactic. And those people are disgusting that market it for a lot of those things over there. So, yeah, I think that's what happened there. I think Kim Chi was just like, or whoever this was like, another influencer trying to kiss my ass. What's funny is this reminds me of a story someone said on the subreddit about meeting Remy and Alicia at Coachella a few years ago. And the fans came up to them and Alicia was nice and trying to talk to them. And they wanted to take pictures, and then there's just comes a point where Remy goes, okay, picture. And then they like take the picture and Remy and Ollie run off and Alicia has to catch up with them. So, yeah. So I'm hanging out What time is it? It's 11:30. Ugh, my mom made more of those pizza things. Or those bread things, so I'm gonna put one in. I don't know, I'm gonna eat it. So I'm gonna have some of this. Yeah, I already edited part of my vlog. Mozzarella cheese. What is this? Oh, this is sharp white cheddar. That could be good. Do I want to make a pizza? I don't know. I kind of just want to eat it. It was so good. With, my mom put a little drizzle of honey on it. It was good. Yeah, so, let me heat this up. Do we have tomatoes? Yeah, but I have to mix it all up and stuff. I don't want to do that. Let me take this. So. Look at this. Yeah. So you can just like heat it up. How should I heat it up in there? Oh, I'm gonna put a foil down. Yeah, I'm gonna put a foil down, but I'm gonna make more of these later. Oh, my voice, it's horrible, isn't it? It's so bad. God. Like, it's so raspy. The like raspiest voice ever. Like, goddamn. So, yeah, I was just watching Pretty Basic. I like their Macy's sponsorship and how they talked about what shoes and stuff they wanted to get there. That was really good. Explaining what you buy there. Great job, guys. Was a little concerned about. I want to toast this. I'll just heat it like this. I need to get a new toaster oven. I feel like this one is like on its last legs. So, my mom says there's one she has saved on Amazon. So, probably do that. Put this one up. Yeah, so that's what's going on, basically. Just another day. More allergies. It's not windy, it's just the wind kicks up in the evening, and I think what really has screwed me over with the allergies is that we have a lot of like sand dunes and like areas by where I live that they've been doing construction and shit and like using like and plowing up the dirt and stuff, and it just, I know you see those signs that say if you see sand floating out of this construction site, call this number. It's sand, it gets everywhere, but the problem is in a lot of times in the sand and stuff, there's all this crap and spores and shit that have been sitting there, and then when the dust, that's how people get like, see you, Frank. Look at Frank. Some people will get like valley fever or fungal infections. Have you ever heard the medications? And they're like, if you've ever gotten a rare fungal infection, it's usually where they come from. Is that not crazy? Because like fungus, from what I remember being in microbiology, was that the spores can stay around for years and they float. So like when they do, all these fungal spores are just floating out into the air that you can't see. It's crazy because like they had us do like where we cultured stuff, so we would swab like a door, or some people went over to like the bathroom, it was so bad, or swab the back of their cell phones, and then you put it in a petri dish that has this special mixture in it to help the bacteria grow, and then you're able to grow that bacteria you picked up, and then they can see it under a microscope and then tell what it is, right? And so we would swab the back of a door, and then there's like fungal spores popping up in this little petri dish. And she's like, yeah, that's because the spores, hi professor, she was the one I told you guys, she was the professor that, she looked like that lady from The Incredibles. Where's that lady? Incredibles. Incredibles. Let me see. This lady. This was my professor. This was legit my professor. My microbiology professor looked like this. She legit looked like this, and she would even mimic her. It was the funniest thing, and she'd wear a white lab coat, and yeah, that was my professor. My professor was a Pixar character. Is this Pixar? Yeah. I'm not sure, but yeah. Edna. Edna, that was, yeah, Edna. That was my professor. Edna. So, I'm gonna start editing this and have my pizza thing. Well, it's not a pizza thing, my bread thing. I think I'm gonna drizzle a little honey on it. That was really good. Right now, I've noticed that chili honey is really popular right now. Everybody's like, oh yeah, this is chili honey and da-da-da. That just seems like the popular thing right now. Food trends, chili. What else is? Probiotics. Have you noticed that? Probiotics are trendy right now too. I want to look it up and see if there's a study I can find. But from what I remember, because I went through a thing where I was trying to take probiotics years and years ago when I was having the pancreatitis and the ulcerative colitis and stuff. And one thing I learned back then, and I have to look it up now, is that most probiotics, when you eat them and you digest it, your stomach acid kills them. So when you take like probiotic supplements, your stomach acid kills them. So most of the probiotics don't even get to your gut. Do you see what I'm saying? Because the acid in your stomach kills them. Your stomach acid is actually very strong. People don't realize how acidic our stomach acid is. And that's why people will have problems where if it comes up in your esophagus, it'll erode away your vocal cords and your throat. Me going off on a science tangent, but I wanted to see if I could find a study to back up that memory. So maybe I'll look onto Google Scholar later and see if I can find that, because I was just noticing, like last night when me and Patrick, after the meetup, we went to the grocery store to get more cottage cheese, and I noticed like all the Poppy, which is interesting, you know. I wonder how much Poppy is paying, because they had this whole like end cap with like a refrigeration of Poppy. Did you know that those brands actually have to pay for those spots in the stores? Those displays? They have to pay for that. It's very competitive to, one, get into a grocery store chain, and then two, you have to pay them to put your product like in certain spots. Like Patrick was telling me how, like, he's like, you see this right here? You see M&M's paid to be on this shelf right here, so customers saw them. Is that not? So they'll have like people from these companies go out to like Target and Kroger and what else is another one? Whole Foods, Walmart. I call them Hellmart. All these like chains to make sure that their products are being displayed properly. Is that interesting? It's so interesting. So yeah. We're going to be talking about all that shit on the new reaction channel. Patrick's actually excited. He said he'd sit down and talk about some of the stuff with me since, you know, he's the one with the education. But there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to demystify. And there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. So, that is smelling good. Let's see. Let's check this shit out. Get a plate for it. Like, are you toasty yet? Are you warm? Yes. Perfect. Put you in there. Try to get out. So Just toasted it up. I'm gonna put a little bit of honey on it because that was good. I would be like the other people and use this trendy honey that is so nutritious, but just Kroger brand honey. Yeah. Remember when people got pissed that Gwyneth Paltrow said she paid $50 for a jar of honey? And she was explaining in her book why, and it's just, she came out with that cookbook. God, when was that? And everybody was pissed because all the ingredients in it were like super expensive, like this honey that was like 50 bucks. It was the honey that was $50. See, I just put a little, hardly any. So it's got that savory, sweet taste. So, such a good idea. I'm going to make more later. So, probably should end this vlog here because I've been talking and yakking a lot, but, right, Frank? Frank and Philip traded spots. Say hi, baby. Oh, he's such a good boy. I love Frank. He's like a dog in a way. How he sits here with me and stuff. It's a good boy. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eat this, edit this vlog. It's been good to get back into this. I like it. And like Patrick said, you know, I told you I had like something that I thought was gonna go through and it didn't, and whatever. But people, like Patrick said, there's something bubbling up with this influencer culture, and it's coming from back on the business side that is going to be blindsiding people like Alicia and Remy. And that was kind of why I've been trying to reach out to Alicia and get her to, because there's some things I can't talk about on the internet that I know about from this back end. And I really wish she had listened to me, because what's going to be coming for these group of influencers out in LA is going to be really bad. Like, the money flow's not going to be there. Like, people filing bankruptcy, like people losing their homes. So, because they're not going to have this flow of money coming in anymore, because they weren't putting in the work, they weren't doing anything but just being like, it's like free money, I'm a special snowflake. And then we're getting into business fraud territory when we get like botting views and shit, buying subscribers. Interesting. Alicia, I know you watch me. Remember how you said you were impressed by Lana Del Rey because she likes to just delete her Instagram for fun and then start a new one? Do you know why she actually does that? It has absolutely nothing to do with fun. I'll let you think on this for a sec. You know what she was actually doing? A lot of these celebrity accounts get roped into this botting world where they'll bot views. So a lot of these bigger people like Kim Kardashian will have a lot of dead followers that don't give them any engagement. One of the things I'm driving home is that advertisers, marketing, business, entertainment, that side of all of it wants you to connect with your followers and have engagement. You can't get engagement from dead followers on Instagram. You just can't. From empty accounts. So wiping your account, and then people who were actually following Lana, who were actually fans, come back and refollow. Honestly, a lot of stars did this in the early 10s because you could not track it. And that's when Lana got big, was they did do botting. A lot of music producers, a lot of the back business people on certain things when they were trying to get a star big, or people, these like the influencers, how they would go with the MCMs, the multi-channel networks, like Awesomeness TV. Well, people like that allegedly will buy views for these YouTubers or their celebrities or whatever to pump them up because they are making money off of the celebrity, influencer, whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? For example, okay? We'll use Remy because an Awesomeness TV. Let's say, for example, she's signed to them, right? Well, it benefits them to have her get more views because they get a cut of that. And they're able to get her more sponsorships or what have you, right? Well, I mean, one way to make your YouTubers underneath you make more money and get more sponsorships is by getting those views up underneath their videos. See what I'm saying there? And in the industry, a lot of them don't go off of subscriber engagement or follower engagement. They always just look at the number of followers. And that's why you keep hearing Remy and Alicia talking about how between us we have so many subscribers. No, you don't. There's a cross-pollination, and a lot of your subscribers are dead subscribers. So you might say you have, like, for example, I think Alicia had like 8 million subscribers on our main channel at one point or some shit. Not all of those are following you. You probably have like hundreds of thousands of people who might watch you, but you don't have millions of people who watch you. And even then, when we see those hundreds of thousands of views on a YouTube video, those, you got to remember, some of those views are auto-generated. I get a lot of those where it just, the video just plays when someone's scanning by or when they don't like do the thing. So if somebody falls asleep watching YouTube and they have autoplay on and the video is just, a new video is just going to come up, no one's watching that. That is advertising money that has been wasted. That is, it's not real. Nobody's watching it. That's not something that translates into customers for businesses that are paying for advertising. So, I'm gonna get on my soapbox. We can talk about that more when I start doing reactions and stuff. Yeah. It ain't my pizza thing. I keep calling it a pizza thing, my flatbread thing. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna link my playlist. I got Peter Monns' video in there. Go watch it. Fuck you, Manny. Fuck you for how you treated Here for the Tea. Fuck you for acting like she's not a real person. Just fuck you for that, Manny. And fuck you too, Laura, for supporting that crap. Sounds like Laura kind of, I mean, yeah, fucking fools, right? Fucking fools podcast, so, yeah. Linked. I love you guys. I hope you are safe doing whatever you're gonna do until I see you in the next one. Because this is a crazy fucking world. Yeah. I love you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.